Hey, hey now.
Hey,
So
Tasha.
amazing to me how we, just have this coordination thing with the black going on. I love it. Good
Look
evening.
at that. Two couple states away, 400 miles away.
Good
Hey,
evening.
hi, Tasha. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, Sharon?
I'm good. Hi, good evening, everybody who's in our comments
That's
already.
Miss
Hey, Miss
Man.
Man. It
Checking
is
in
good.
first this evening.
Amen. Good to see you. I am Sharon, and that is my partner.
I'm Tasha, and we are the AQ partners.
Yes, we are accountability coaches, and we help women and people get to the goals that they're trying to achieve in life together. We help them.
That's right. We believe if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And we've been going together for going together. Going together for more than 10 years. And I'm so blessed to have Sharon as my accountability partner.
And I am blessed to have you. All right, so someone else. Hey, Gangsta E, good evening.
Hey,
good
good
to see
evening.
you.
So
So
listen,
tonight,
listening in, don't just listen. Go ahead, let us know you here. So
yes, because we got to see more in there watching.
Oh, I saw you last week. Oh, that was a good point. Like, come and be involved in the conversation. Let us know you're
Yes,
here.
yes. All right, so tonight our AQ chat is the detour that saved my life.
Whew, hallelujah.
All right, what?
Take a moment.
I got a couple of them myself. Take
a moment.
All right, so Tasha, tell me about a time that you were focused on a certain outcome, and then something happened that took you completely away from where you thought you wanted to go.
Well,
And you
listen.
was like, whoo, thank God.
Or
Or
yes, eventually, thank God, right?
yes.
Listen, my 40th birthday was one of those times. There was
What happened on your 40th birthday? As if I wasn't there, right?
There was a detour, right?
Yeah.
I thought that I was done having kids, but apparently God had another plan.
And one more baby.
And one more baby. A blessing in my life it is.
Yes.
It was definitely a detour, because I thought that I was going this way, and God was like, one more exit, then we can come back. And that's exactly what a detour is, right? You're not you're not going to a different destination. You just have to go around, right? A little route, and you get back and you go to your destination.
I mean, mine, I'm going to say, was a bit more dramatic, right?
You don't think that was dramatic?
Well,
Go ahead.
no,
I'm joking. Go ahead.
it wasn't an immaculate conception, so no.
You don't know my life. Go ahead.
So for me, ending up in North Carolina, I had absolutely no plan, no intention, no interest in ending up and going to North Carolina. I had absolutely I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
I wasn't pursuing it. It was like, we got a job. I was like, oh, well, so what? I don't really care. And then, it ended up being a really good decision for me.
D. Taylor says, oh, I had one of those detours. Laugh out loud. She's 10 now. Nice.
That's right. Dan Gacy said, what a blessing he is. And so I didn't see it, but little did I realize that me coming to North Carolina would be good for me financially. It would be great for me personally. I was able to see my grandmother every week the last year of her life. I could not have known that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it could not have been a greater gift to be able to do that, for sure.
I mean, I think also sometimes personally, I'm thinking about the prayers that I've been praying in my life, right? God, enlarge my territory, or, bless me in this way or that way. But, I want to follow what you're telling me to do. Sometimes it's like, okay, he's answering the prayer, but like, it doesn't look like I thought that it was supposed to look. And it is that, okay, like you said, you wanted this, so go ahead and make the left-hand turn or the right-hand turn, right?
Yeah. I couldn't see it. Let me say this. I wanted to go to DC. Hi, Gail. I was intent ever since I graduated from college, undergrad. I want my career in DC. I still don't have my career in DC.
Listen, Could be there, just the detour might have been 7 to 10 years, who knows?
Uh, it's been a while since I graduated undergrad. So
Oh, no,
let's
I meant, coming out of the DMV area going to North Carolina, kind of a detour may eventually bring you back to DC, who knows?
who knows? It's a heck of a detour. Gail,
I
we look forward to you joining the conversation tonight.
Yes, I thought about this earlier, and I am very much a creature of habit, right? I I live in an area and I only know how to go to places one way. That's it. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to make two left-hand turns. I'm going to be in the parking lot and I'm good to go, right? So
Right.
when there is a detour and I sometimes may have to turn on my GPS, there is still this level of anxiety or agitation because I'm off of the path that I know, but there's always signs for me, right? To guide me. So that's sort of how the detours happen in your life. You just have to follow the signs or listen to the GPS.
I mean,
And
that story just told me so many things, and I'm gonna try to stay focused on our topic. But girl,
that I'm aggravated because I can't go the way that I like to
I
go.
ain't want to say nothing.
I'm just saying, listen, it's real. I,
All right, but let's just, I mean,
know thyself,
know
right?
thyself. All right, so if
What
you
is
have
it?
a detour, hi
Self-discovery.
Yvonne, hi Yvonne.
Hi,
If you
Iman.
have a detour that you've had to make in life because you were intending to go a certain place, but God had a different plan, please go ahead and share it. But we've got some tips for you, what you should do, what you should be thinking when detours come.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, Tosh and I talk about pivots, but let's go. Number one, accept where you are.
There's nothing you can do about it. The construction crew is there. The road is closed. There's a big hole in the ground. Even if you wanted to go there, you can't.
You still on the street. You are still. I need you to I need you to move past that. I don't I mean just
It's just
okay.
a great analogy. Talking about
Okay.
detours. I'm just saying. Okay. Listen. Okay. Accept where you are.
Accept where you're accept that the job opportunity didn't come, accept that the relationship didn't work, right? You just it's okay. It's okay to be hurt, it's okay to be disappointed, it's okay to be embarrassed. It's okay for all those things, but accept where you are.
I think accountability helps in that when you actually talk it out, right?
Yes.
Because I know that you and I have had these situations and it's okay to feel. I have to be in my feelings. I'm going to let you be in your feelings, right? But this is what it is.
This is what it is. Okay, Gail says, learn to be content with what you have and work towards something better. Absolutely. Nan, been there, done that. Nan, I feel like you got a story there. I really do. I feel like
Uh-huh.
there's a good story there.
Uh-huh.
All right. Tip number 2, be open to new things. I think it's important, like, when you do have a plan and it's okay to fight for certain things, but allow a certain level of flexibility for other things to happen. Don't become so rigid that you're not able to open yourself up to new things.
Yeah, because sometimes you may have to eat those words. I ain't never gonna go here. I ain't never gonna do this, or I ain't never gonna. Well, actually, this is probably it might be what you have to do right now. So be
Listen,
open.
again, that was me. That was me.
Yeah.
Oh, Gail says both of your hair looks good. Well,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
boo.
Oh,
Thank you.
appreciate you.
I
Well,
can.
we'll stop for that. Okay, well, we'll stop for that. Listen, I'm gonna say, and you didn't know this, but I was that person when I
Yeah.
met a future boss, and we met. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna come work for me," and I said, "I'm never gonna work for you. It's never gonna happen.
Mm.
I'm just here for the free food. That's it. I'm just here for the free food tonight. Whatever you talking about, I don't even care." Mm-hmm.
Hello, I'm with you. Evangelist says never say never. I've been on the never train before and had to
Oh,
eat those words.
oh, I have. All right. Tip number 3: learn to trust.
Mm.
It's a good one. That's where I'm at right now in life.
That's a tough
So
one too. And so I appreciate the learn part of it because trusting is not easy for everyone, especially in situations that are seemingly uncomfortable, right? If you've had to make a shift or go a direction that you weren't prepared for, having to trust in that space can be difficult.
Yeah.
How can I help you learn to trust as an accountability partner?
Okay, okay, I see you. All right, Gail says, I never thought I would be an executive assistant, but I am. I am a project manager.
Nan Williams says, absolutely true.
I mean, learning to trust is critical. And I have said that this year I'm all about learning to live without fear and just taking on and searching out new opportunities. And let's just see what happens. Right.
Yeah.
Because what I've learned is that God has 100% track record. So let's just see what happens if we move like that. But learning to trust, even when it doesn't look like the picture you thought it should look like.
Right. I think learn to trust is very, very difficult, but it is a skill that we can learn. Yeah.
Tip number 4,
Practice.
set out an action plan for your goals.
It's what we do.
Well, and so just because the plan has changed, again, nothing against fighting for something that you've been working for. You should fight for things, but you should also come to a point where you say, okay, maybe I have to look at it differently. And then you assess what that is. And then make a new plan, start a new chapter, go in a different direction. Again, never saw. Again, to me, North Carolina is probably one of the more profound examples in my life because I'm still here.
I'm still going in that direction.
Got a mortgage and everything. What the heck? It's like I dug my feet into it. The place I said I was never coming.
Listen, I will say I think that over the years in our accountability partnership that I have learned the power of refining. We talk about this, that there's a goal, and just because the plan changes or that we have to refine it doesn't mean that you're not going to reach the goal. And I like to go the way that I like to go, and I don't want to go any other way. And so I have learned a lot. I wouldn't even say over the past 10 years. I'm going to give myself a shorter time frame that I've learned over maybe the past 4 or 5 years, right?
Okay.
How to be a little more relaxed and embracing the change and the refinement that has to happen in my own life, right? I can force it in other places in my life because I'm also a PM, Nan, and we have to sometimes adjust our schedule, right? So you push.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you're gonna say in the last 4 to 5 years? Is that what you're gonna say? How I'm just saying, how old is that last child? Does it coincide with that last child's birthday?
It does. He changed everything. He's 5, right? He's like, yeah, is this what we doing? All right. I'm going with it.
So Nan says learning to live without fear is easier than learning to trust.
She said her North Carolina is Florida.
Yeah.
She probably never ever thought she'd be living in Florida. But that's where she is.
I want to know how, Nan, you got to tell me, how do you think that to live without fear is easier than learning to trust? Because I felt like they were the same. So I'd love to hear how they are different. But yes, you have to learn how to set a new action plan. And tip number 5, ask yourself what you learned. Are you actively doing that?
Yeah, I'm in a situation right now.
Yeah.
And what have I learned in this past 4 days? Because I've gotten a blank ton of information, coming at me in the past 4 days. And it's like, okay, I've had to take a little detour, make some shifts. And so, yes, what have I learned in these 4 days? And what can I take with me as I refine my plan and move on to my next step?
No, I think that it's a good, healthy thing because there's a great deal to learn in setbacks, right? There are things to learn about situations. There are things to learn about yourself, right? There's a lot of information that will help you move forward in the setback. The setback can be the setup for the comeback. Hey, I'm a cliche.
But I was about to say, did you really just say that? As much as you hate cliches.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I'm going to add the point about accountability here.
Yes.
It's helpful to ask those tough questions. because when you're in it, you're so emotionally attached to it. It's always helpful to have someone who can see it from a logical perspective and can really clearly see all of the facts and put the pieces together to ask you the questions, because it's helpful to get to it yourself, right?
Right.
You can't tell me what I'm learning right now,
Right.
but you can ask me those probing questions to help me get to it for myself. And
Right.
it's so much more powerful when I get to it versus somebody telling me, This is
Absolutely, because you don't buy into it. So, for example, I'm going to go back to when you started your grad school program. You remember in the beginning, and you were like, "I'm gonna take like 3 classes." Was it
people
like
say
9?
like 13 months.
And I was like, "Yeah,
Work full time, be at
work full
home full
time
time. I'm going on vacation. Yeah, I'm doing all the things.
and taking above a full course load on the grad level, and
Yeah,
ain't
no.
been in school in a year." I was like, "Is that really? Is that what we should do this semester? Is it?"
We.
It felt better if I, included, me in the process. Because I was on, because be clear, I went through it with you.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay, so let's just go over the 5 tips over the detours that come in our life. Tip number 1, accept where you are. It is okay. It is part of life. It happens. And great things can still come or may be coming, things that you didn't even expect.
That's right.
Tip
Be
2,
open to new things. You
yeah.
never know what you might see or encounter or come across on this different path.
Tip 3, learn to trust. It's okay. There just might be a better path that you had no idea was coming, but it's all going to work out for your good if you keep your head about you.
Set out an action plan for your goals.
Or you wasn't going to add no more to that? I thought you was like, you said it all nice and everything.
I mean, it's really kind of self-explanatory, right? Like, have a plan. This is what we talk about. This is what we talk about every week, right? There is a plan, bite-sized pieces. What are you gonna do next? See, that's why you choke, because you trying
Don't make me do that. Don't make me do that. All right, tip number 5. Ask yourself what you learned. There's always a lesson to learn in the setbacks, and it can be the opportune time to learn how to come back. Yes, I said it again. I did. All right, we want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. We appreciate the conversation. Again, we are AQ Partners. We are accountability coaches. We'd love to help you go along and get to whatever it is you're trying to do in life. You can follow us on Facebook at AQ Partners, Instagram, AQ_partners, and on our website, theaqpartners.com. We want to thank you, everyone. Good night, Gangsta E. Good night, everyone, for joining us.
Good night. Thanks for joining. See you next week.
Take care.